Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 566. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the man on the ones and twos. It's Mr. Paul Despawn.
What up?
1, 2, 1, 2. I do like this. I have to say. Crash is here too.
No Too Fresh Crash this week. Despawn
Well,
calls me cool once, and no more Too Fresh Crash. That's crazy.
Look, I've realized I've put you on a mountain for people that I now need to bring you back down. I don't like it. You will be known as just Crash from now on, okay?
I don't mind that.
I personally will only refer to you as Too Fresh Crash, Mr. Too Fresh Crash.
That's
Thank you so much, Daddy Despawn.
Thank you, Too Fresh Crash.
Jesus Christ, this is starting horribly. If you don't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on youtube.com/official MXAM. That doesn't seem right. MXAM official, I think. Again, I'm still trying to figure that part out. Don't worry about it. It's there. Go find MXAM on YouTube. We pop up at the top. That's all you need to know. Find us on all podcast services and support us. Review us wherever you're at. Remember, you can support us financially over on patreon.com/MCFixer. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow over on Twitch. We did a live stream. Last week. This week. Technically, but it'll be last week for when you're listening to this. Don't worry. Anyway, we did a live stream. Me and Despawn play some video games. We had a really good time. We played with the community. The army jumped in. Reese jumped in. It was a good time. But we'll talk about more than that on what's been in our box. Let's do topic of the show this week. Some numbers have come out this week, boys. I don't know how accurate they are, but some numbers have come out being player base. I guess technically because it's PlayStation, it will actually be sales. Thinking about it from the This Is Xbox campaign, right? This was when This Is Xbox, everything was an Xbox. Obviously, a lot of games got pushed over to PlayStation, so we've got some numbers that have come out on that side of things. Apparently, Xbox have generated 667 million in total revenue by putting games on PlayStation. That is including apparently Sony's revenue cut as well. So I don't know how that works out, but the numbers look like this from the bottom to the top. We have got Age of Mythology Retold, apparently sold 123k. The Outer Worlds 2 sold 163k. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition 173k. Starfield has apparently sold 207k. Microsoft Flight Sim 252k. Ninja Gaiden 4, which was obviously published by Xbox, at 262k. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle 537k. Doom, The Dark Ages, 567k. Gears of War Reloaded has done 684k. Grounded apparently has done a whopping 770k. Oblivion Remastered, 1.2 million. Sea of Thieves, 2.7 million. And Forza Horizon 5, which I think this number's wrong because I could have swore I see it get reported at 6 million already. But apparently this is at 5.8 million copies sold. Again, don't know how accurate these numbers are, but we'll go with that they're somewhat accurate as of right now because the internet says so, right? Where's this from again?
Alinea Analytics. Yeah.
And do you remember this, Crash? Because we were talking about it beforehand.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of them.
I remember it for, this is the same company that people were quoting for numbers of Expedition players whenever that conversation came up.
Gotcha.
I don't really remember what they reported or like how accurate they were at the time or seemed at the time either. So I do know a lot of people and like reputable people, at least with that back then, were using them. So maybe they're more reputable, but still we can't guarantee these numbers are accurate at all.
We'll take it with a pinch of salt, but we're going to talk about it either way. When seeing these numbers, Despawn, we'll start with you. How do you feel? Do you think does this look good? Does this look bad? What do you reckon?
I mean, the top end looks fantastic. I mean, 6 million, if like 5.8 to 6 million copies sold for Forza Horizon 5 is great in any market. Same with Sea of Thieves. But as you start going down, there are some surprising boredom. Like Grounded almost hitting the top end of 1 million is huge for what is technically a small game. But then on the flip side of that, you've got things like Flight Sim and Starfield, like massive tentpole games for for Xbox. Like specifically Starfield, like the big first. I know like a lot of people rag on it, but like it was the big first Bethesda IP for 25 years, the first new one,
Well,
and it's just like, yeah, like for it to do this slow.
Starfield, did that launch day one on PlayStation?
No, this is
No.
the PlayStation. It only
This is
launched
just
this month, I think.
Yeah, no, yeah. But I mean, generally, even if you go back whenever something's launched first on PlayStation or Xbox, when it launches on that second platform, it usually doesn't do what you would expect it to do. Is like one thing to note with that.
Forza being the outlier, right?
Mhm.
Considering how old Forza was, because that was obviously the big outlier. I look at these numbers and I'm like, okay, I don't think it's not a place to panic because any copy sold on PlayStation is a bonus, right? For Xbox at this moment in time, it does say to me, and I hope this is where Ash has come out with the exclusive. We're talking about it last week about how they're gonna change the way they're doing things, it being a case by case basis. I hope they look at these numbers and go, okay, how do we change the way we're doing things in the right momentum to generate hype and excitement for Xbox, by also making enough money to keep these IPs going, like bring them to PlayStation. Clearly, I don't know. I look at these games and I'm like, yeah, Indiana Jones to me is another one where I'm like, that seems kind of low. 537K to me, it seems kind of low. But then again, like we said before, it's not. It's already been out. It's out on PC. So if you've got anybody that has a crossover console, whether it be a PC or already an Xbox, you're not really going to play it on PlayStation, I guess. I don't know. Like there's mixed emotions right here at the moment. Outer Worlds 2 just didn't do well, period. So I'm not shocked to see that not do well on PlayStation. The Age of Empire games are very specific audiences. Like I said, Starfield is probably the game that came out the latest on this list, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not going to judge that. Yeah.
The number that does kind of shock me is Gears of War Reloaded a little bit.
$500,000?
Too low?
Higher than I thought it would be. Just with it being a re-release of a game.
Re-release of a remade, remaster, yeah.
But this is the first time I see this.
For sure, that's why I think it's like a positive, the number it does have.
I feel like it should be higher though.
I don't think so.
Like, okay, let me ask you this. If Uncharted drops on Xbox, does it sell more than 1 million copies?
No. If we're talking about Uncharted 1, if it's just Uncharted 1, no, I don't think it does.
Interesting. Okay.
Not an Uncharted remaster or remake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the number would be higher for an Uncharted remake, but still.
Well, this is what Gears is, right? Like Gears Reloaded is technically their remaster.
It's not a remake.
Sure, but it is their shiniest version of Gears of War 1 that exists.
Sure, yeah.
So let's just say hypothetically, the shiniest version of Uncharted 1 that exists, does that sell over 1 million copies on Xbox? My thing here also, notoriously, Xbox has a lower user base compared to PlayStation. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got my blinders on here a little bit because it's Gears, and to me, Gears is one of my top 5 IPs of all time. So for me, I'm like, how is this not sold 1 million? How dare you? But yeah, so it is an old, without being mean, it is an old game. Even they gave this version of the game away to people who already owned a version of Gears on Xbox. So yeah, I'm not too surprised, but I guess I'm heartbroken they didn't break 1 mil. I guess that's where I come down on it, which, you know.
I feel you.
How do you think that E-Day is going to do more than 1 mil then? When that, because that's day and date, right?
Yeah. That doesn't, it's not announced if it's coming on PlayStation. We don't know. I don't think we know it's coming to PlayStation right now.
I thought it was.
I don't know if they announced that,
Oh,
I don't think they announced that. If it does, I would assume it does 1 mil. I would hope so. Part of this whole will games go exclusive thing is interesting. Depending on what comes first, and because Gears of War hasn't been announced for PlayStation, if it hasn't, I wonder if they'll try like full exclusives with Gears to see how it does in today's market for Xbox, which would be a little disappointing to me, just because of Gears of War's multiplayer.
I think that's the problem. It's a multi-layered from a single player perspective. I'd be super happy for it to be an exclusive to get people back into Gears is a exclusive game, yada yada yada. But you're right. The multiplayer player in me is like, oh yeah, no, I want that fresh blood to be coming in so I can keep this multiplayer alive a bit longer, because Gears multiplayer dies off super quickly for me.
Yep.
Because it becomes super sweaty, super fast.
So the thing is now, though, that we've got the added bonus to that is, what we didn't have at the original launch, is we also have the PC player marketplace to also bolster that. So if it does become exclusive, so if it does become exclusive only.
We had that though,
but it's had the PC and it still dies off.
Yeah, it had that. It had PC. It's not. It's
no, but
what
I'm saying is that they don't need to use that as a sole worry. Will it not die off on PlayStation as well though? Like, PlayStation's not going to make or break it, is it? But like, I'm saying, like, they've got an extra market in the PC market now for E-Day that will keep that going a little bit longer with the PC marketplace. Like, they're not solely relying on Xbox to do it.
They haven't been since Gears 4.
Yeah, we had that though, is the problem, and it's still multiplayer still died off. I do agree with what Chris is saying in terms of, like, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, launch it day and date, because I want those players. But yeah,
even if they could figure out a way where it's just multiplayer that launches on PlayStation, and they can't. I agree they can't, but just something. This is why I kind of hope Halo goes forward with, like, the idea they had with Infinite of having multiplayer be a completely separate thing, and, like, lean into that even harder, where multiplayer for these games is its own thing and single player is its own experience. I just don't think, to most players who have played these franchises for long enough, you can justify the price at that point, because they're used to getting every bell and whistle for whatever the full price of the game is.
Well, they're used to getting it for free is the problem nowadays. Realistically, you can't, like, Gears E-Day's multiplayer would have to be free to play for people to probably give it a chance on PlayStation. They won't pay
for just multiplayer.
I wouldn't pay just $30 for the multiplayer. You know, I love Gears, but I love Gears as a package. I don't love Gears as a singular thing. Like,
I wouldn't think that. Work. In that case, I wouldn't think that the multiplayer would be. You'd buy it. I would think that it would go free to play. And
that's what I'm saying.
The problem with that also is Gears of War notoriously really, 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 really bad with its microtransactions. Like, really awful.
Gears 4? Was it? I think Gears 4 was the
Gears 4 where you could buy the packages that gave you random stuff. It was loot boxes, and it could give you repeat stuff. That was really, really atrocious. Yeah,
agreed. Any other? Yeah, I agree with you, Despawn, on Grounded. Grounded being 770k, very good numbers for me. Just shows you the power of a world like that they can create, right? Multiplayer games. Some of them, again. But some of the PlayStation doesn't have, is what I'm saying when I look at this. Like, PlayStation are not great at multiplayer games. Facts. Like,
the single player market,
and that's great, but it just shows there is a appetite there for PlayStation players to play these type of multiplayer games. Grounded to me feels like a PC game. And that's a game that would have launched on Steam in early access, and we wouldn't have got it many, many, many moons ago. We wouldn't have got it on PC, on console, until
it was ready
5 years later, you know? But obviously, Xbox make this. It does well. It does well not only on Xbox, but it does well on PlayStation. Oh, it's good to see. Doom seems low to me for a Doom.
Yeah, for Doom, like, one of the iconic franchises in video games as a whole, is like, for that to be like 500,000 sales is, And was Doom day and date? I believe, Doom was day and date. Was it? It was one of those, I think, like,
so, yep. I think you're right.
Bethesda were more like gung ho with doing day and date. So them being like only 500,000 sales. But again, we don't know what the sales were for Doom across the board. I don't have those in front of me. So we don't know if
I think Chris said 3 million. I think it was like
3 million players.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. 3 million players. So we know it sold 567k. Well, we think it sold 567k on PlayStation. Go on.
From this article I'm watching, which is from May 26th, 2025, which is a whole year ago about. From Alinea Analytics as well, it sold about 800,000 copies at the time.
Interesting. Okay.
A year ago. Okay.
And they had 2.2 million players at the time.
So Game Pass did a lot of heavy lifting on the player base of that, which was to be expected again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think that 567k on PlayStation now, and then it was 800k.
Yeah, does that talk
So
to Doom the Dark Ages not performing as well as you would have thought, or
potentially?
Yeah,
potentially reviewed.
I think that's the difficult thing with these numbers as well, is like, is it that they perform bad on PlayStation, or is it that the games just didn't perform what you would have hoped they perform?
Yeah, is it a case of the Game Pass is doing what it's doing and they're getting people in to play it, but it's just not doing enough to get new people in, and therefore these like totals are just So like I say, like Game Pass might be cannibalizing a lot of sales, which is great for Xbox on the surface because that means people are paying into Game Pass instead, and they're getting a monthly revenue. But on the flip side of that, if not enough people are doing it, then I guess that's where we're in this situation right now, where they were like raising prices and, chucking in extra bonuses just to try and get people in. It's just like, it's a shame for the studios and stuff because, like, let's be honest, to put the negative tinfoil hat on, it's like on paper you say you can't sell over a few million copies of a Doom game. It's not going to look good for the Doom studio. I mean, granted, we never heard anything since, but like, there will be those kind of conversations happening in the background. I've been like, well, you can't sell like 3-4 million copies of your big tentpole IP. Something needs to change. And usually when someone says something needs to change, that is job losses.
Well, look. Let's not be negative on Xbox right now, because in my opinion, Xbox are in a very good space, to be honest with you. We don't know about, again, I don't look at this and see failure when it comes to Doom. I look at this and go, okay, that game didn't do well. Just like the same thing with the Outer Worlds. Again, Starfield.
The moment you start saying Xbox has problems, fix changes his tune and says Doom just had a problem selling, and it wasn't that it sold.
What I'm saying is, in 2026, the 5th of the 3rd, 2026, Xbox are currently in a good place. Like these. What? Then you can't tell me they're not in a good place. They are in a good place.
No, they've had some good marketing beats over the last few months since Sasha took over.
Xbox are in a good place. They're in a better place than they was 3 months ago.
That's almost impossible to not be in a better place than they were.
Like getting kicked to the ground and being allowed to stand up for 5 minutes is, you're in a better place standing up for 5.
Sure, but I think they're in a good place right now. Okay, let me say it like this: they're in a good place with me right now.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's all that matters to me. Is how I feel about the brand and how I feel about where my money's going. 3 months ago, I didn't want to give Xbox any money.
Yeah.
3 months on, I'm back to wanting to give Xbox money again. That's a good thing. That's not a negative.
No.
So, as an overall, sure. Again, I think we're going to talk about it later. Like, we know revenue's down. We know players are down. We know all of this stuff is down. We know that. But also, let's not be silly here. Asher weren't going to turn around this sinking ship in a matter of months.
Oh, for sure. All of these, every single one of these games. In fact, I think including Starfield, because that launched April 7th on PlayStation. Everything on this list launched before she took over, right?
Yeah.
So like, none of this is on Asher's leadership or marketing or whatever she's doing right now. Like, none of this is on her. This is all old guard decision making. And the damage that did to the brand or didn't do to the brand, this is an Xbox. We'll talk about that in the years to come, I'm sure. Like, the damage that was done to the Xbox brand probably had a knock-on effect on a lot of these, of like,
absolutely,
people not being as interested in them. And so, like, we'll see as we start going further into the next fiscal year, when we start seeing things like, when we do see things like Fable and Gears, things that we like know or think we know are going to come to PlayStation, if they start having a more...
Well, we know Forza is, and we know Gears is.
Well, Forza's a delayed.
We know Fable is, and we know Forza.
Yeah, Fable and Forza we know.
The one I think that is going to be really interesting is Fable. How does Fable perform?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was going to be my question. You look at this list, where do you put Fable on this list launching when it gets to PlayStation? Because it's not day and date, right? Or
it is.
No, Fable is day and date.
Oh, it is day and date. You're right. Sorry, it is day and date. You're right. So day and date, where does it fall on this list, Crash?
At worst, I think that Oblivion region. I think over 1 million at minimum.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, my gut thought was somewhere between like anywhere between like the Grounded era and, I mean, if it pops off the Sea of Thieves era, like somewhere in between like 1 to 2, like under 1 to 2 million, would be where I'd expect it to do. For myself, I'm hoping it's around the like 1.5 2 million copies sold for them.
On PlayStation.
Just on PlayStation, yeah.
Okay, yeah, on PlayStation. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm hoping it's like 50 million, like they, like the cat.
I hope they sell it to every person who plays a game.
Yes,
100% attach rate on PlayStation.
Literally, 100% attach rate on every console. Every PC has a copy of Fable on it right at this moment. I don't know, man. I look at this and I go, I hope that it's above Grounded, which would be 770k.
Yeah,
like anything above that. And I'm sure Xbox would be quite happy. But
if Fable also just tonally, like if you look at these games and you're looking at them tonally, the outlier really is Outer Worlds being as low as it is. But there's a tone in that from Grounded and Sea of Thieves that is this more happy-go-lucky. I don't know if that's the right way to put it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think Fable 100% fits into that tone as well, which is part of why
upbeat.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I think it also has a better shot at being up where it is, too.
Yeah,
I guess time will tell, really.
Yeah. Personally, just Krish is probably going to be the answer to this, but I'm interested how the British humor is going to hit with non-British audiences.
If it's like the
I mean, they're like The Office, right?
Whatever Fables.
I like The Office.
They like The Office.
How do you feel about Fawlty Towers?
Master's a huge hit over here. I think you guys think Americans don't like British humor a lot less than they do.
No. I think you guys like it. I don't think you understand it half the time.
Oh, that's sure, maybe.
I remember again. I can only go by my selected time in America, which has always been with Texans. But anytime I show them something, I'm just like, you don't even know why you're laughing. You're laughing, but you don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't understand what I'm showing you right now. But I think Fable's always done well with an American audience. So I don't see that being a problem. I mean, we say that this is a total different team making Fable, but from what we have seen, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think they're going to nail. I do actually think they're going to nail the humor, which is going to be good. So, but yeah, overall 667 million. Sorry, how many games here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, it's a lot of games. It's a lot of games and not crazy amount of money. I know it. I say that wishing I had 667 million. But that isn't. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's so hard not knowing. How did they think Age of Mythology was going to do? Like, do they look at 100k and go, oh, perfect, or do they look at that and go, oh god, that was a stinker.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. How much does it cost to bring some of these games over to PlayStation?
Yeah, what's the porting like on that?
Yeah, like what did they expect? Like, there's so many questions that it's just impossible to answer, even if we had Xbox sales figure, without knowing expectations because of Game Pass and how well it did on Game Pass and how, so it's really hard to like judge stuff like this. I think this list is a little bit of a mixed bag of some stuff you thought might perform better. I think Ninja Gaiden we didn't talk about. It's probably around where it would be, but it feels low still.
It does feel low. I agree with you, it feels low.
Taking this from Gamerlytic, they say that this is going on Steam sales, particularly, but it gives you an idea where the market is. They expect retail to range from about 670,000 to 1.3 million sales. Just on
for Age of Mythology.
Yeah, for Age of Mythology retail.
But that also makes sense because Age of Mythology is a PC game as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, you definitely think of Age of Mythology and Age of Empires,
which is why I'm guessing
playing this on a controller. I just thinking of it sounds atrocious. Just
no, I think they've probably done a great job.
Probably. I'm not saying they haven't, but like if I'm looking at a games list and I see Age of Mythology, I'm like, not on a controller. Even though you're probably right, they did probably
Bro,
nailed
this would play
controls.
fire on the Switch now, bro. I'm just saying. I can use those as like
Got the
mouses.
touchscreen as
I'm
well.
just saying.
True.
I'm
Oh,
just
you know
saying,
what? That's
so.
a really good point.
Switch 2, man. We can Joy-Cons to mouse and keyboards now, bro. We got it all. We got it all. But yeah, no, interesting. Interesting numbers. I am interested to see how these next generation of games that are coming through are going to perform on Xbox and beyond, to be honest with you. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's jump into what's been in our box. Tell you what, we'll start with you, Crash. Talk to me. What you've been playing?
I've played more Pragmata.
Okay, I don't like how you said that.
Why? I really like the game. I really like the game. It's a great, fantastic game.
This game, I guess, you know.
It's just that all I've played is more Pragmata and some Warframe. I've been kind of busy the past week, a little over a week, so I haven't had too much time to play. But yeah, the more time I put into Pragmata, the more I'm blown away by the game they've made. Just in terms of fun, not even like technical aspects or anything like that. The game is just like a ton of fun. Just the design, the concept around it. Every time I play, every time I get into an encounter, I always walk away from it satisfied from the experience and never frustrated with anything I've done, which I think is, especially in today's gaming like sort of atmosphere and marketplace, sometimes you have games that Crimson Desert is a really good example of, like, I'll walk away and I'll have like, I had a good time, but, and then there's a long list of buts on stuff that were like, those weren't great experiences. I don't really get that with Pragmata of like, I enjoy everything so much so that I'm like, I wish I had more, which is probably a good feeling to leave me with and not give me everything that I want, because I'd probably be oversaturated on everything at that point.
Crimson Desert.
So yeah, Pragmata's a weird one in that way, right? Like, because I'm, you know me and my, like, I play a million games a week somehow. Like, it's, yeah, I'm so very much like, I'll finish a game, I'll move on to next, and I'll finish a game, move on to next. Like, Pragmata's that rare instance where I'm like, oh, man, I need to like 100% it now. I need to get all the extra stuff. I need to see what this new game plus mode is going to give me, like all the extra stuff that it's giving. Like, they did such a good job. And honestly, like, we ragged on the story at the beginning for a little bit when we first talked about it, but like by the end of it, like, I really enjoyed what they did.
Really, the story, I really think is just the way they wrote dialogue, or like the way it is in English is the problem, because I don't think the narrative it's that bad. I think there's a lot of sentiment that hits. I just don't think the dialogue lets it hit as well as it would. Hopefully, and like if you played in Japanese or something like that. Yeah, which is a little unfortunate, but yeah, fantastic game. I've played a little bit more Warframe. It's great. I always enjoy when I play Warframe. There's not really anything to add.
More to add.
Yeah, is there anything new to Warframe, or is it just like it's
yeah, they had an update. It's a comfort game, but it's also, they added a new update. It's a really easy game to like just, I have half an hour, I don't want to spend time thinking, because like the one thing about Pragmata is like when you do play it, you have the hacking aspect, and you do need to put a little bit of thought in the way you approach combat encounters. I don't really do that on Warframe. I get on, I'm like, I need to farm this or do this or whatever, and I just sort of turn brain off and press buttons, which is really nice to have a game like that. For me at least, I enjoy having a game like that that's in rotation.
No, I fully agree. I wish I had one. I don't have one at the moment. That's usually you know what? I usually do that with sports games. That's usually my NBAs or my FIFA or something like that. I can turn my brain off and just play one match and then move on. But I'll go next because this one's got more to talk about. I've been playing Rainbow again. I'm fully addicted to Rainbow Six again. We're back playing ranked, which is challenging as hell. I've got all the way up to gold again, Crush. Dropped all the way back down to silver, to the lowest of silvers. I'm one rank away from gold again. The problem with me in that game is currently I play with chat, so I'll play with like people either from TikTok or from Twitch, and at the moment the rank system isn't the best. That's why they're changing it again for next season. They're bringing back rank 3.0, right? Currently you have hidden MMR, so you could be playing with somebody who's a gold, but they're actually a champion player. So
Yeah.
then you'll get queued with a bunch of other champions or diamonds or plats or whatever. That's all changing next season, so I'm not going to judge the game too much right now, but that can be the frustrating thing. So we're waiting for the new rank system to come in. Then you can only play with people 3 above and 3 below, I think, which is going to be great. Means you can't get queued against like crazy level players that you shouldn't be played against. The other problem is everybody's playing on bloody Smurf accounts. Like, it's just so obvious. You've got your plan with people that are playing on Smurf accounts. You're like, bro, you should not be in this lobby with me when you're dropping, 20
Aces
kills
left,
and we're all struggling.
Unfortunately,
like,
I think even with the system change to the
oh
way
yeah,
it'll still be with any ranked game nowadays. It's one of the things that's kind of annoying about playing ranked in a lot of games is the amount of smurfing that goes on now. Which maybe it's always been this bad, but it feels really bad now. And it could just be because I'm, getting up there in age, and I'm like, I don't have
bro,
the
I
time
just
to
get
bang my head
caught
against the wall. Yeah.
I just get called constantly at the moment. It's like, oh, bro, you're not droning. I'm like, I know all the things I'm doing wrong, but I'm just not thinking. And then I pull off a decent play, and they're like, yeah, cool, do it again then, bro. Like, what do you mean? This is it. Like, but yeah, so I've been playing so much Rainbow. Literally been playing 5 to 6 hours a day last week, which has been nice. And then I played a little bit of a video game that Despawn you may have heard of, Kiln.
Oh yeah, I've heard of
that's
that.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. They should have called it Quench. I don't care what anybody says. It should have been called Quench. Me and Despawn streamed it over on the MXM channel. And you are, yes, you are.
Yeah.
The Quench King. Yes.
Quench?
In case you missed it, yeah. Oh, mate. Fresh.
I'm built different.
We played. So it was me, Yarmy, Reese, and Despawn all on a team, and we went undefeated. We just destroyed everybody.
The whole time.
Everybody. Yeah, don't check the VOD. The whole time. We didn't lose a single game. Not at all. Not one. Definitely didn't lose any games.
Yeah.
Did you guys lose all the games?
We lost one.
No. Generally, we lost one. We only lost one game.
Okay.
Played for literally 3 hours and only lost one game. What a fun game. I am shocked no, that's a lie. I shouldn't sit here and say I'm shocked at how fun it is because it's a Double Fine game. Of course it was going to be fun. I think the issues it does have is it doesn't have a player base right now. So queue times are
2 minutes.
They're not crazy long, but maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes you're waiting to get a game, which that might not sound long, but when you're used to playing Rainbow and you queue in 30 seconds, it's like, TikTok brain. Anything that lets your mind wander a little bit is not a great thing, right? But the game itself is super cute, super fun. I love the mechanics of as you start, you make your first pot. You've got 3 different sizes of pots: small, medium, large. You don't get to unlock small or large until you level up. We played for about 3 hours. I got to level 10 and pretty much unlocked all the different clays. And then we were just unlocking new unlocks, like different cosmetics for the pots. But yeah, they each have their own different play styles. I was very much a medium pot. We had Reese and Yarmy, or Reese definitely playing a large pot on defense. We had Judy spawn on as a small pot up top, duking and driving. It's a lot of fun. I don't think it's going to survive more than a year, which really upsets me. I can see that game servers being turned off very quickly, because of player base. But what is there is really good. I really love the community aspect. If it gets more player base, which would be really cool, is you can jump in other people's pots that they've made and designed, and then you can put them in your collection and put them on the top shelf. I think that's really cool. That's not something we really saw too much of when they did the previews and stuff like that we got to see. But yeah, if you've got three other friends that want to play some multiplayer game that isn't stressful, I think this is a great jump in with your friends. It's a great Game Pass game. It really is a great Game Pass game.
This is built for
which
Game
is the
Pass,
biggest compliment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So going into it, like when we were talking, when it got announced and everything, is like, I think my words were like, who is this game for? Like who asked for this? Who wants this? After spending 3 hours with it, this game is for everyone. Like it is just fun personified. Like even when you do badly, it doesn't matter. Like you still have fun. Like the matches are quick and hectic. It's like there is a skill level to it, if you know what you're doing, but like it's not a high ceiling at all. It's like you get used to those systems and you can play around with them a little bit and figure out the different movesets that you like and you're happy with, and the different kind of pots that work for your play style. Like you could be the tank, or you could be the little fast stealth guy, like I like to be. Like there are options in play style that I don't think they've shown very well in previews, but I think like when you get to hands on with it, it is a ton of fun, and there is a little bit of depth there. And yeah, and the cosmetic side of it is really fun. Like just building your own pots and like having your own unique look to your character. It is really fun, and you can put a giant butt on your little sprite, which is hilarious.
There are butt stickers. You're correct. You're correct. Yeah. It was weird that you went for that one first to unlock. I did hear you say, "Oh, there's butts. Let me get that."
Gotta get a butt.
I went with a rainbow. But that's just me. That's just me.
You're an ally. You get it.
Of course I am, 100%. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time with it. I was expecting to jump on for an hour and a half and be like, oh, okay,
I get it,
and then jump back off. But no, I really do like it. I just wish it would have landed with a bigger audience at launch. But it's also one of those ones where I'm like, I don't think any updates to this game is going to bring in an audience.
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
I think word of mouth might do a little bit, but I think they also need to have a regular cadence of things for people to talk about. Like right now, there is 1 game mode and 5 maps, which is pretty bare bones for a multiplayer game at the best of times. So
yeah,
I
guess so. It's a Double Fine game.
I know.
This game also speaks to an age of games we don't really get anymore of. Like when Fat Princess came out on PlayStation forever ago and stuff like that, of like, here's a little multiplayer game. Some people are going to like, there's some people who play this game and will probably remember it as like one of their favorite multiplayer games they played because they had access to Game Pass or whatever it is. And it'll live as a memory. And I feel like it'll have some like niche remembrance for some people. But I don't think, I think there's this big like want, and I think Kalen is a really good example of like, team was passionate about it. They made it because they wanted to. They don't have to update it anymore. They don't have to put more resources into it if they don't want to. And they can go on to the next thing. And they sort of like had their moment to like express their creativity. And it gives, I think it's partly reinvigorating for them, probably for whatever their next project is or whatever ideas they do come up with as well. I don't think you need to do more. I think whatever's there is probably fine for the game.
Yeah, I mean, they have mentioned that they are doing more, so there will be new maps.
Have they?
Yeah, they said there's going to be new maps. They're looking at new modes, but I think this mode just works really well for it. And yeah, like you said, the way that Double Fine work as a studio, we talked about it on the stream, but it's like, I want these kind of games to exist, and I think Double Fine's the perfect studio to keep making them. Over just like a fun experience that doesn't have to live around forever, but like it's a nice little slice of fun at the time. And if they can keep it going for like 6 months to a year, and people can still keep having fun with it. I mean, we still like, it wasn't until in fact, I don't even know if they have like Bleeding Edge's servers. Are they still up?
No.
Okay.
No, those went down.
Okay. But yeah,
well, not too long ago. No, they definitely gone.
They
definitely gone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they definitely gone.
But yeah,
and like I say, when I said that I don't think this is gonna last more than a year, that's not me hoping that, and I truly do hope that it survives longer than that. I just worry that the amount of money that's going to need to be put into this. Again, I feel like marketing wise, this is one of those I'm annoyed at Xbox things again, where like they didn't market it great other than
the showcase,
the game showcase that we got to see.
Direct,
but to give them credit, how else do you market this? And who do you I look at it and just go, who do you market this to? Because it's like, well, this is a perfect cozy streamer person game.
Because they could just craft their little character, yeah.
But also, they probably don't want to do the fighting part.
Yeah.
They just want to sit there and sculpt and sculpt their pot. I will say the sculpting is probably my least favorite part of the game, if I'm being honest.
I don't think I've got a least favorite part of the game, apart from the matchmaking taking a bit long. But again, that's just the nature of the beast. Like, I enjoyed the pot making. I think like the fact that depending on the type of pot you make, it has a different ability, and it's like it doesn't tell you what the different abilities are beforehand. It's like you have to experiment in making different pot sizes and shapes to figure out what different abilities there are. and I think that was really fun. Like I got one that was like
I definitely.
an ice cream sundae one out of nowhere. There's like it just is just like an area of effect, like just beat 'em up attack, and I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And like there was no way for me to know that that was a thing in the game until I started experimenting with the pot making and unlocking it. And yeah, it's just so much fun.
Yeah, no, it's good. It is good. Despawn, onto you. What have you been playing other than that?
So we talked about it off stream, but like we knew it was going to happen. Punkle released a new game. I've been playing Vampire Crawlers. Initially, wasn't sold on it. Like it was very slow paced compared to what they've done before with obviously Vampire Survivors. This is more of like a card battler, but no, it's like it's got that DNA of what makes a Vampire Survivors game and what makes that Punkle game. But it's like it's also got that like level of skill as you start like understanding what each card does and how they work together and how different like abilities can play off each other, and then how you can get like different characters on your team that can then do different skills. It's a lot of fun, and the way that it's basically kind of like a card battler meets a roguelike. So you know what you'd expect.
I forgot to say I played this.
Oh, okay.
I didn't play this. I did my first run.
Okay,
it took me about 10 minutes on my first run.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is it has an autoplay button.
Yeah,
you can just autoplay your cards, and that's all I did the entire time. So I was kind of like, oh, I get what's here, but you've given me a button that allows me to not have to think. So now I'm just going around searching the map for coins and pushing the autoplay button the entire time until I die. And that was and I know that's not how it should be played at all.
God, no. Yeah.
But that's all that I did. That's all that I did, but I did play it on my ROG, run perfectly.
Yeah, the run's great on that. And then the other game I played is the new game from Dontnod, team behind Life is Strange and things like that. A game called Athelion. So I don't know how to describe this. It's kind of like, you know, their previous game, Jusant, the climbing game.
Yeah.
Imagine like a climbing game meets a walking sim, meets a kind of like really dark space story. So you're already hating it. It is genuinely like, so when I started, I didn't think I was going to finish this game when I started it. Like the first time I started it, I was like, this is story-wise not great. Gameplay-wise, it is 100% a third-person walking sim with a bit of climbing mechanics in it. But then as I started getting more and more into it and like seeing the weird like story that they're trying to tell, like I got really, really invested, and like I played the entire game in one day. It was that good. By the end of it, I like on our scoring system, I would give it we don't do 0.5s, but I would probably give it a 0.5 if I did. It's a high 7, low 8.
You said our scoring system,
yeah,
and then you said you do something that's not on our scoring system.
Our scoring system is a 6.
Yeah, no, our scoring high 7, low 8 is a 6. What?
It's a 6.
Okay.
I just looked at the screenshots. It's a 6.
No, it's not. It's
I'm gonna be like the internet. The internet says we can judge things by looking at them and not plan them.
Well,
so I'm
it's
gonna
so
look at
funny
this.
as you were describing it, Despawn, because every detail you gave.
Like, fixates
I was just like, oh, I could see Fix distancing from any interest in the game more and more until the word space came up.
I don't think this is a fixed game at all.
No, it's not. My issue is I've had a love-hate relationship with Dontnod for a while now. Since Tell Me Why, I think. I've tried their last 3 games, I think. And don't get me wrong, this is in Game Pass, so you know, there's no risk there, to be honest with you. But yeah, Dontnod have released. I'm trying to think what games they've released since.
They've released a ton. So they did Twin Mirror, Banishers New Eden, Jusant. There was another one as well. I can't remember. The problem, like I say problem, I understand why they do it. Like every studio gets bored of doing the same thing, right? They started trying to expand from the Life is Strange formula, and varying degrees of success. I think this is the closest they've got to like successfully getting away from it, but also leaning into the skills that they had from that. So their storytelling. By the end, like I say, really enjoyed the storytelling. I will say the thing that brings this game down for me and like giving it like an 8 or anything like that or higher is the frustrating I say fight mechanics, like the enemy mechanics near the end got really frustrating to the point where I was like having to redo sections because it was like an RNG level of kind of like frustration. And yeah, but like all in all, solid 7 out of 10.
Interesting. Okay.
And like I said,
okay.
on Game Pass, I think I finished it in like 6 hours. And when they finish it, it makes it, if you are a completionist, it makes it really easy to go back. They've got a chapter system after the fact. So if you want to clean up like any achievements and stuff, you can do. And yeah, but if you really like a good storytelling game, and like environmental storytelling and things like that, this is pretty damn good for that.
I have something I want to talk about. That's
Go
not
on,
a
then,
game
two first
I played,
question.
that I've watched, and I would love to know Fix's opinion on it.
Oh.
The Resident Evil trailer that came out, game related. We definitely should talk about it. Really important.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, Chris. Why don't you tell me your opinion, and I'll tell you my opinion.
At first I'm like, ooh, this is cool. You know, it feels Resident Evil, and then the zombies started showing up, and I'm like, these don't feel like Resident Evil zombies to me.
So, look, Crash.
Yeah.
Because you're beating me, and so I'm gonna buy it. All right, I'm gonna buy it.
Okay.
All right? So I reacted to the trailer. My top level opinions of the Resident Evil new Resident Evil trailer by Zach Kreger is, I think the film's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a really fun horror film. I don't think it's a Resident Evil film from what I've seen. And the thing that upsets me even more is I watched the IGN Zach Kreger breakdown because everyone was like, "You're nuts! Go watch that!" And it just even more to me was like, this isn't a Resident Evil film. It's like, Zach Kreger seems like a really nice guy. I don't know him personally. Would love to chat to him about the Resident Evil film, especially if he makes another one. But the problem I have with this trailer is it doesn't give you anything Resident Evil in it at all. Now, from his perspective, okay, you tell me what you think is Resident Evil in this, Crash, and I'll tell you why I disagree.
But no, I'm curious with what you'd have to get for it to be Resident Evil.
All I needed was an Umbrella logo, a Raccoon City. This takes place in Resident Evil 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is meant to be. Go on.
All you need is like a Raccoon City logo or an Umbrella City thing, or
this
Umbrella.
trailer.
No, in the movie in general is what I'm saying.
No. But we're not talking about the movie in general. We're talking about this trailer.
Okay, but I'm saying in the movie in general. What do you need for it to be a Resident Evil?
I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this bit. Go on.
That's what I'm curious about.
It needs to be in the Resident Evil. It needs to be, if it's in Raccoon City, give me Raccoon City. We know what Raccoon City is. Like, we know what we expect from Raccoon City. We know what we expect Raccoon City to feel like. We know what we expect of Resident Evil. I'm not even like, look, did you ever see Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City? That film?
No.
Cool. It sucked. It was awful. But at least it was Resident Evil. You can't sit there and tell me it wasn't, because it did everything wrong in Resident Evil, but at least it tried. Let's go back to like the Alice films and all of those. Yeah, they're dog shit. They're trash. The first one's okay. I would even argue there's parts of the second one that I'm like, it's still not great. This first trailer, my issue I have is there's nothing Resident Evil about it. Like, I watched the breakdown and it's like, oh yeah, Resident Evil is all about guns and how you're always changing gun. And I'm like, it is. I get what you're saying, but that's very much feels like someone that's played. That's not what is. Even in the trailer, the breakdown is like, oh yeah, every zombie you see in here, there's only like 2 more scenes with zombies. This is not a zombie film. So why is it called Resident Evil? Oh, Resident Evil's about the monsters. Okay, so this takes place in Raccoon City as the outbreak's happening, but Umbrella have made all these monsters that we've never heard of. Like, how are we getting that context? Like, you haven't even built up that there's a big baddie Resident Evil, like, Umbrella. Like, and again, the perspective is, this is some random dude who wouldn't know any of that information. I understand that. But I don't like it. And that's all I got to say on the matter.
Yeah, I watched the trailer as well. I saw the breakdown. My takeaway thoughts are very much like this is a Krieger vehicle more than a Resident Evil vehicle. It's like this is for people who are fans of him, not fans of Resident Evil. And
then they should have called the film Krieger, not Resident Evil.
Yeah, well, but yeah, no, I agree. I think this could have been
wrong,
any horror movie.
I had a conversation about
with Krieger
games coming with Krieger
Mm-hmm.
about games coming to movies, and I'm just curious if, because you guys are more into Resident Evil than I am, if your sentiments agree with this. Of sometimes, especially when people go out of a field and like they make a video game movie or a comic book movie or whatever it is, it feels like they had ideas to make a movie. That movie couldn't get greenlit, or the opportunity came to make it through that vehicle, and they adjust, and that's what it feels like to you guys.
Yeah, 100%. It feels like, to me, it feels like what Hollywood is right now, right? It's if it isn't a sequel or it isn't an already known property, no one wants to buy it or watch it. And I made this point to Hayley because I showed Hayley the trailer. And I went, "Oh, okay, what do you think?" She's like, "Well, it's not Resident Evil." And I went, "I 100% agree with you. It's not." I said, "But the problem is, H, we're part of the problem because this looks like a dope horror film, but we wouldn't go to the cinema and see this dope horror film. But we'll 100% go and see this Resident Evil film. We're part of the problem." And she's like, "You know what? You're right." And I'm like, so I can't blame him for, utilizing the IP. I blame Capcom. I blame Capcom for not having somebody be like, okay, this is our baby. Resident Evil is probably in the best place it's been in God knows how long when it comes to love for the franchise at the moment, coming off the back of Requiem. And we're about to get a Resident Evil film that's going to have nothing to do with the games. Like, nothing to do with the games. Give me a story that's coinciding with at least like I needed in that phone call, I needed, the police are dealing with it. Or Leon's gone, like, you haven't got to show me what's happening. I know what's happening. Leon's in the police station, Claire's doing her thing, blah, 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 blah. And then there's this dude who we don't know who's surviving his thing. Maybe we'll get all of that. But this trailer, which we won't, by the way, I already said it's not going to happen. But this trailer that just gives you nothing. Nothing Resident Evil at all. Nothing. There's a green herb in the trailer. Okay.
Do you...
Right.
Is there a possibility that the movie needs this to just jumpstart another successful Resident Evil?
No, because we're not going to get a sequel to this.
You don't think so?
No. Craig is not the kind of sequel guy.
No, exactly. He's gonna make he's Resident Evil, and then we're gonna go, okay, cool. This was great. 9s out of 10s, 10 out of 10s, whatever you want to go with, right? And then someone's gonna come through and go, okay, that did really well. Now let's reboot the reboot of the reboot. We've already rebooted the Resident Evil movie franchise 3 times at this point. 3 times. In my lifetime, we've rebooted it 3 times.
20 years to get a Harry Potter reboot. What the hell?
Like, I don't know why it's so hard to make a horror film about the mansion. The mansion that is scary. Like, Resident Evil 1 is a scary place to make a film. Like, it's so easy to do. But they just can't do it. I don't know. It upsets me. Thanks for nothing, Crash.
You know what upset me? Watching the
Billy.
No Billy always.
We don't know this
me.
isn't Billy, by the way, in the trailer. We don't know if
you
guys got Billy.
It is Billy. That is a
We
fact now. If I sit down and watch the movie, I'm watching it through the lens of this is Billy.
This is Billy.
The Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah,
I watched it. Yeah.
I seen it. Go on. Okay, I'm interested here. Go on.
I didn't like it. I thought it was really bad.
Interesting.
It was very TikTok brained.
What I said to Hayley as we came out of it, compared to the first one's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that already sets the standard of like, okay, I'm coming into a sequel. To me, it felt like a movie's version of DLC.
Yes, that's a very good point. Because it doesn't feel fully thought out. It feels like, let's go on this little side adventure. That's a really good point.
That's what this film is, and that's how I view it now. And I'm like, oh, as a DLC, that was all right. I turned my brain off. Enjoyed
I think,
seeing this group of characters have a fun time on their side quest. It's not a main story.
I think the problem I had when I was watching this was the Sonic movies exist, and those are done so well that the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, no, because they stick to a shot for like 30 seconds to a minute, and they move on to the next thing. It jumps awkwardly. It does that a lot. The narrative doesn't seem fully like fleshed out or thought out. They just kind of
DLC.
go for no. That is a great
That's what I generally feel like. That's what this film is. It's not bad at all in terms of like, you can't look at it and go, it looks bad. It doesn't. I don't think the voice acting's bad. I don't think any of it's bad in terms of like what I'm seeing being given to me, right? But it's a DLC. It's literally like Mario and the group
should have been straight to DVD
together. It would have been a great straight to DVD film. A fantastic straight to DVD.
This is Aladdin 2.
This would have been a great straight to streaming.
Yeah. I actually really agree with that.
I went to the cinema and gave you my hard-earned money. I sat down in my reclining chair. I went and paid the extortionate money for popcorn and the hot dog because I'm ready to go. And I got there and was like, it was fine. It's not bad. I just don't think it's bad. I just okay, this is the audience you're now going for. You went from a really good, thought-provoking, fun Mario film to set up this amazing world, and then went, nah, we're good. We got Star Fox.
Yeah, them spoiling that also just hurt the movie too. There was no that would have been such a hype moment.
The problem is with that as well is, and again, it's not spoilers, but it sets in my brain the fact that you've given me that. I'm sitting there the whole time going, so where is it?
Yeah.
And then it comes and you're like, oh, okay. All right. Cool. But yeah, no, I didn't hate it. I think if you go in with the right expectations, I think you can have fun with the film. If you go in expecting the first film, you're going to be extremely let down.
Wait for it to be on streaming services and you'll enjoy the movie.
Yeah, I'm
Agreed. Yeah, but again, for you, this one, I think it would be great, like, especially having a kid, right? Like, it's one of those films where it's like, not your child at this moment in time, but exactly, flashy colors, sit kid down in front of TV, enjoy said film.
It'll keep them entertained.
Fluffy.
It moves to different scenes fast enough. It doesn't stick to anything too long.
No, I don't know if I want to train my child's brain on that.
Yeah.
Well, one film's not bad, but you're right though, Crash. It's a film made for an audience that isn't us.
Yeah.
It is a TikTok-y brain audience of like, okay, and it also stinks of turnaround time needs to be quick. We need to make as much money out of this as possible, which they didn't need to do.
Yeah.
They had an IP there that, because now, if there's another one, we're both going to go,
there will be.
Yeah.
Not sure. Oh, we already know there's going to be. We know that whole universe now. But there's no reason not to. But they could have literally have built the MCU of the Mario world with these films. And they could have done a side Star Fox film right now. And I would have been like, oh, cool. Let's watch that. But instead, they did a sequel, which wasn't really it shouldn't have been a sequel. It should have been a Mario Friends or a Mario Party, like that's what it should have been, like, for me. But yeah, it's DLC. That's how I see it in my brain.
Good.
It's
That's
DLC.
so good.
And look forward to next week's breakdown
DLC.
on the My Films and Me podcast.
My Films and Me. Hey, when there's video game films, we'll talk about them. We'll talk about them. Let's get into our first piece of news, though, shall we? And jump into this week's dashboard. We might get a new look of Project Helix coming in May. It's not actually for us, to be totally honest with you, but it says this. The next time you'll learn more about the upcoming Project Helix from Xbox is coming soon. In fact, it's coming next week, which will be May 7th. May 7th, 2026, 12 p.m. ET, 9 a.m. ET, 9 a.m. PT, which this is, from what I am understanding, Despawn, and I'm sure you'll be able to give me more information. This is more from a developer this is more for developers than it is the general public, right?
Yeah, so this is basically a breakdown of the technical aspects of the Project Helix and what developers can expect when they get hands-on with the hardware. So it says in the update from them, the game update is a new show from the company that's bringing highlights directly from the teams building Xbox and sharing technical context and what it means for your work all in one place. The goal is to make it easier for you to stay informed, connect the dots, and understand how these changes show up in your day-to-day as a developer. So basically what the new infrastructure is going to mean for developing and developing that hardware. So I'm interested to see. For those who are interested, 9 a.m. PT is 5 p.m. UK time. So if you're in the UK,
I will 100% be reacting to it. I will try and react to it on the MXAM channel. I know you will be. I'll try and react to the MXAM channel and give you all of my insight as a developer. As you all know, I make all the video games. I actually made Stardew Valley, so I'll let you guys know.
It said fix right there. Yeah, that's what we call them.
Developer fixer, it's what I do. It's what I do.
Yeah, Fix has a lot of different hats he wears.
Host,
podcaster,
streamer,
rapper, host, game developer.
Game developer.
He'll do your dishes
model.
if you ask nicely.
Of course, he'll be your ass. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. I'm actually looking forward to this. Again, anything that gives us more information on the things I care about is awesome. Number 2, I'm interested to see the reaction from developers about this, because the fact they're coming out and actually being like, "Hey, this is for you guys. This is we'll know very quickly if this is what actually developers want," which is super important.
This. And for me, as somebody who's interested in getting into the weeds of video games, like, is this the first time we've ever seen this? Like, we've had the technical breakdown from from Max Sony after they've announced.
PlayStation usually do it,
but they do it after they've announced the console, and we've seen what a PlayStation 5 looks like. Because when the PlayStation 5 was here's the PlayStation 5 announcement trailer. And then a week later or so, it's here's the breakdown of the PS5 of the technical aspects of what you but it's always about what you as a consumer will get out of it. So you'll get your 4K, you'll get your 60. This is what FSR will do for you with the PS5 Pro, that kind of stuff. It's always very a consumer level. I don't think I've ever seen anything public facing that's been for a technical developer level.
Probably happens behind closed doors.
That's what I mean. This is always usually a closed doors thing. Yeah. Here's the technical breakdowns. Here's the dev kits that you'll get hands on with. This is what you'll be able to use. But it's never been a public thing of them going here's what you as a developer will get to know when you get hands on Helix.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's Xbox have learned that everything gets leaked, and they're like, well, you want information, we'll give you the information. It saves us leaking the information and then us being annoyed that the information got leaked. The more public, and this is the pride of being in third place as well, right? You get to be more transparent because you get to then, because it's a win if PlayStation don't do this.
Yeah, because it's also what you're hiding. Yeah.
It's also something to give credit to Asha for, and I don't know if you really give credit to Asha for this. I don't know who planned or anything like this, but from my perspective, looking in, the way Asha's operated a lot is from looking at what people want and what people talk about. And one of the things people talk about a lot is transparency with developers and studios and stuff like that. And this screams of just that.
Yeah.
Where it's maybe not all of you will care. Not all developers will care, but for those who do, they'll tune in, and that just creates a very good basis and word of mouth for Xbox as a brand in general, with the people who do watch it and who do tune in when they talk to people who did it, and it just creates a very healthy environment, I think.
Every content creator wants more news and more information that they can break down and put on TikTok and be like, oh, developers with us will be able to do blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
it's easy PR for them, right? Without having to really do a lot of work.
They just give everyone else the information, let them spread it. Yeah. I will also say, I don't think this is just an Asha thing, because they've been pretty forthright with their internals for a while. Chris having moments of delight, don't worry about it. Video users, skip in for 103, you'll figure it out. So but they've been pretty forthright with the SDK for developing. They made that public. So everyone can see that, but they did that before Asha joined. So this is.
But I feel I feel like this is different. Like, I get what you're saying about the SDK and making
Yeah.
that public and everything, but I feel like that's very, like, people who know how to find it will find it. I think doing a live stream like this, I think that's just, to me, it screams different. It screams to, like, if you look at, like, a lot of the developers that people love, and I'm gonna talk about Digital Extreme, that people make Warframe a little bit, and they have a really, really solid and strong community around them, and that's because they do a dev stream every month where they talk about the game, and it just creates a really strong connection to the fan base, and that's what this yells to me, is like, the people who wanna be connected to Xbox, be it, developers or be it fans, this feels like it's more for them than it is for the gaming community at large, which is something that Xbox, and particularly Ash, has been talking about, like creating a community around Xbox again and creating that environment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, all hell Asher. That's all I'm saying, just like, hey, give her the credit, man. Give her
Mario
the
got
credit.
the-
It feels good to be an Xbox fan. I'm already spoken for, unfortunately, but if she wants to come on the podcast, I'll have a wonderful conversation. I promise, I will. But yeah, no, looking forward to this. I will try and react to it. I'll try and Greg, words. One sec. Let's reset, guys. One sec. I'll try and grab Crash to react to it with me as well.
I should be able to.
There you go.
Perfect. Next news story. Let's move on. We got a bunch of old news here from last week, but we didn't get to talk about it, so we're talking about it now. We have got the new Game Pass starter tier for Discord Nitro users. In case you missed this, there is a starter edition bundle that is now going to be packaged in with Discord Nitro, which will also give you 10 hours a month of Xbox Cloud Gaming, along with access to over 50 games from the Game Pass library. What do we think of this? Because this is a smart thing for them to do, I think, to get people. It's a gateway drug, in my opinion. It's give them a sample. Maybe they want the rest.
This to me screams Discord needs a little bit of help. I think Discord had a lot of people jump out of being Nitro subscribers off of the whole
That's true.
needing to verify and stuff like that. And I know they walked it back, not fully. They pushed it to a year or whatever. I'm assuming, this is just great for Xbox in general. I think this is good for Xbox. I don't think Xbox loses out on this at all, but I do think for Discord Nitro, it was a case of like, we need to incentivize people to come back to Nitro for whatever reason, and this is sort of one of the things that they decided to do. At least my perspective on it.
Yeah. Somehow I agree. The $5 frames that you can get for your Discord the like avatar is going to get people back. No, like, and again, we've talked about this. Like Xbox, like, and Asher specifically has talked about like making it a lot easier to get into Game Pass, of like finding the way to like financially make it easier for people to get in. And this is one of those avenues of like giving this starter edition. You could imagine there will be a starter edition outside of Nitro at some point.
Oh yeah.
So like this is just like a preview of it.
I think.
Or
go ahead, Fix.
Or the starter edition is the thing they now bundle with any partnership deals they do, right? Which is like, it's a Discord, it's a Disney Plus, it's your mobile provider that you sign up with, and you get the starter edition instead of it being ultimate now. That's how they get rid of ultimate editions, because ultimate edition is currently in EE, if I'm not mistaken. So if you get an EE mobile phone, you get ultimate for free, pretty much.
Yeah, new PC, you get
it
free
works
months.
out. Maybe. Yeah, exactly. So maybe they'll get rid of it being an ultimate edition, and it's like, here is your starter edition, and you can do that with, you can brand this with literally anything, right? Like it can be winner starter edition on your Fanta bottle, or any collaboration outside of gaming per se. This is the perfect gateway. Like the suggested leaks say it should have Stardew Valley with it, Grounded, Fallout 4, and another 48 games, right?
A list of 50 games, which is also, it's also a really good way of somebody who might not be like super into the system, into Game Pass and all that stuff, to just get a taste and make them want more and be like, this is having this many games like at my fingertip, and then go through the list and be like, oh, I want to play that game. That's not on the normal version. Might as well just upgrade, even if it's temporary or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. The idea is like, you'll be in the starter edition. To get into those games, you'll need to have access to the Xbox Store. you're in the Xbox store, you see a game you want to play, you click on it and be like, oh, it's not in my version, but I can see, because they make it really abundantly clear now, it's like, oh, if I just upgrade to the premium edition, I can now play it. I was like, and that's how they get people, right? They give access to things like this, of like, get them in the doorway, get them get their eyes on the marketplace and be like, okay, now they can get them in.
Question, do you guys see the possibility of Discord adding the ability to stream games on it through Xbox Game Cloud?
Let's see, why not?
It's like you get
No.
Game Pass with it. No,
Well, I think yes,
don't
because
think so.
again, it's just going to be
think so.
because it's not going to be Xbox. It's not going to be Discord that are running it, is it? It's going to be
No, I'm not saying. Yeah,
it's going to be Xbox.
like all they have
It's just a
to.
browser, it's just a browser source.
Yeah,
I agree. The reason I say no is because I still think Xbox want people to go into their app. They still want that data. I know they can still technically get it through Discord.
Mhm.
I'm not saying they can't, but I think it's like they still want to control where the people are the same way they want to control the living room. Like,
well, the problem. Yeah, okay.
like what benefit is there for you to be doing it through Discord?
If it's
They
just
want
cloud
you to
gaming,
get used to. Yeah, no, I agree with you, but I'm saying like cloud gaming can be done through browser, right?
or any browser, yeah.
But you still have to go through the Xbox website to do it, right? Or through the Game Pass website.
There's a direct website that'll take
You would
straight
still
to
go
it.
through the Game Pass, the whole process.
If
to
you
do this.
if you
Discord?
type in if you type in xbox.com/play, it'll take you directly to the Game Pass thing and the cloud gaming thing. That's how it always has been.
What?
Xbox.com/play.
/play. Okay, yeah.
So that's how you
yeah.
access. So it's just a browser, and it'll just take you straight to the cloud gaming setup.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
So
there's no.
there's-
Why would they want this?
But that's how they do it.
Why would they want? No. Why would they want it to not be this though? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, it still
because you're more
technically
likely to
would
get
be
people
this.
to try it.
You think so? I
Yeah,
don't think that's a barrier to entry though.
No, it's not, because if it's a browser source and you just go straight into a browser, you still need to log in with your Microsoft or your Xbox account to say that you are connected. If it's linked, because I assume if you do get this, they'd say like, you get access to this through Discord Nitro now, right? They'll be like, okay, cool, but to access it, you also need to link your Xbox account, which a lot of people have already done. Like, you can link your Xbox account so you can use Discord on your Xbox. So like, it'll just be one of those things. Like, if you've linked your Xbox account to Discord, you can just directly go to the website in Discord. It's like if you have, like, when we start up a Discord thing, there's a thing to play a game within Discord, right, with people. It'll be like that. There'll be just like a button to play Xbox games within Discord.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, fine. I turn around. I agree.
We got him. We got him too, Fresh Crash. We got him.
X does not like that.
But moving on. Microsoft Gaming is dead.
Yay!
We just talked up it. We talked it a while, but it's dead, guys.
Woo!
We killed it. It's over.
We did it.
My Microsoft and me is now dead. Xbox lives though. So in case you missed this, Xbox are rebranding from Microsoft Gaming back to Xbox. What's it going back to? Let me have a read of this. So, sources familiar with meetings tell me that Sharma announced that Microsoft is returning to using Xbox for its gaming division. Sorry, it's Xbox gaming division now instead of Microsoft Gaming. Quote, Xbox needs to be our identity, end quote. Sharma noting that Microsoft Gaming was a departure from that. Microsoft originally switched to Microsoft Gaming at the same time it announced plans to acquire Activision Blizzard in 2002. Bro, that feels like it was like yesterday, bro. That generally feels like it was yesterday. I remember when me and Chris jumped in a Discord.
Yeah.
To make like it was like a day ago. So mad. But yeah, so they're returning to Xbox Gaming Division instead of just Xbox. Instead of it being Microsoft Gaming, which I think is actually a very good thing. I agree with Sharma in the identity needs to be Xbox. It doesn't need to have Microsoft's grubby fingers all over it, which it still will. Don't get me wrong. But I think even from an internal perspective, it needs to feel like we are Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you work for Xbox. You don't work for big bad Microsoft. You work for Xbox.
Yeah. I think for me personally, and this is just me personally, I don't think it'll speak to the volume of this change. This is sort of like, you can change the name, but you're not going to change the sentiment to me now. You know, you're not going to change like
whatever.
You can never change that. That genie doesn't go
Never.
back in the bottle as long as and all the higher ups who were in charge during that time are there. Like, I don't think that ever changes for me. Because Asha can do great for the next 3 years, but if I ever like fully invest into Xbox, on that 4th year, everything can go back to how it was before that.
Such a pessimistic way of looking.
100%. And you know what Xbox has taught me over time?
Expect it.
To be pessimistic.
The pessimism always wins.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think I'm maybe given more benefit of the doubt a lot more at this moment in time, because everything that they're doing right now is speaking to how I would want things done, right? From a fan perspective, not even, not from a business perspective, just from a fan perspective. Like, I like the idea of them being Xbox's gaming division again. It's we work for Xbox, we don't work for Microsoft. All of the above, to be honest with you, everything, all the changes that have been happening, everything seems like it's moving in the right direction. I do agree with you though, and I've been doing this long enough that you're right. The next 3 years could be brilliant. 4 years time. So the next 3 years could be brilliant. So I'm just going to enjoy them.
Yeah, I think it's much.
I'm going to enjoy them
that way as well.
I'm going to enjoy them. So, because in the 4th year, yeah, you're right. We could see the next boss come in, and it could all go wrong again, and whatever. That's okay. For the next 3 years, I'm just going to enjoy being in 3rd place, and them having to fight for my dollar.
Honestly, that's a great way to look at it. It's like,
I think
we've said this about like competition and stuff, and but yeah, when you are in 3rd place, you have to fight to get people back, right? And if you're already here, you just get to reap the benefits.
Pretty much.
So you got
to remember, they're not. Remember, this podcast started during the Xbox One generation. Remember, so I've been through the good years of Xbox fighting backwards compatibility and all this stuff. Xbox fighting for the dollar again. So if that's where we're going back to, I'm like, perfect. I'm already here. I'm already in Game Pass. I've already got an ROG. I've already got an Xbox Series. I'll definitely take a look at this next hybrid Project Helix machine. I'm already in. So I'm just going to enjoy them making pro-consumer moves and just keep on going along with the ride. Now, does that mean there's going to be some mistakes along the way? There is. Am I going to jump on them for it? Yes, I am. But at this moment in time, man, I'm just going to enjoy it.
I'm just going to enjoy it about it, to be completely honest.
Someone's got to enjoy Xbox, so it might as well be me, Might as well be me. Last story of the week. Crash, this one's just for you because I have a feeling you might be happy, but I could be wrong. I don't know. You scare me. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced was obviously shown. We got to see a trailer for it. We got to see gameplay. What was you thinking, Crash? What do you think?
I think visually the game looks really good. I've seen some people talk about like the game's lost its artistic value or whatever it is, and I'm like, you've seen clips of different times of the day. That's why it looks like that. I think the game looks great. I think almost everything about the game I'm really excited for. There's a few things that I'm not super excited for, but to focus on the
we need the negatives first. Hit me the negatives. Come on.
So in the original, you were able to fight with the hidden blade, which they're taking away now, and you can only do it for finishers and stuff like that. And that to me is just reductive in a lot of what Assassin's Creed used to be, and they continue to do that. And so it's just a weird change when you bring back the game. It's such an easy thing to do to appease to fans like me. And then the second thing is the combat in general. I don't know how I feel about it. It feels more tuned to the modern Assassin's Creed games, where I like the old fact of parrying and getting the insta kill, and they do have perfect parries, and so it's like that is just a feel thing of like, how is the timing for that? Is it super sharp or whatever? So that's 100% an experience thing. And they could also have settings where it's like you can widen that time or whatever the case is. So that could be fine. But those are my two main worries, which realistically looking at what this game is, I'm pretty excited for regardless of that. I think another thing that's worth mentioning is the no modern storyline in this game. Which kind of makes sense with what I think they're doing with this game in the order of release, because there is the rumor of the Assassin's Creed 1 resync happening also. And timeline-wise, it kind of makes sense to get this story out of the way before you touch those stories.
Why?
Well, this story takes place before 3, and 3 is the end of who's the main modern protagonist.
Oh,
from
Desmond.
Desmond.
Oh,
It's the
Desmond.
end
Sorry,
of
yeah,
Desmond's
Desmond, yeah.
story,
Mhm.
but you can't really fit Assassin's Creed 3 in with that. Like, if they want to cover the modern story with the one resync and they go all the way through 3, it's just really weird to find a place to fit this in. So starting it off without the modern story here, I think kind of works. And Assassin's Creed Black Flag, in a really weird way, also sets up the Assassin's Order and stuff like that very uniquely. And like why am I blanking out on the main character's name? Edward's journey. So I think this is a really good starting point, and narratively in a lot of ways it works. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think a lot of the changes are cool. I think the parkour looks super solid. I don't think it looks, again, the parkour, the game I'm always going to compare it to is Unity. It does not look like it'll be as good as Unity, but it looks like it'll be good regardless.
Yeah, what's funny? It's funny you say that. So I played Unity not too long ago for work, and I realized now the way you talk about it, and I'm like, oh god, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
It's really, really good. I still like Shadows a lot.
Yeah,
Just
no,
saying. I know you don't like
it's
it,
not.
but I still like Shadows a lot. But
It's not
I do see
bad,
where
but
you're
it's
at.
just it's not. When you add
Mm.
what I would think as far as Assassin's Creed parkour goes, perfection with Unity, getting that downgrade just isn't as
It
nice.
feels, yeah. I get you.
But yeah, overall, I'm very excited for it. I think a lot of the changes look good. I do know they have some changes, like you can't be looking on your map when you're on the boat and stuff like that. And I think that'll be an interesting change. The reasoning they gave for it was that a lot of players overlooked the map instead of like paying attention to the environment, which I'm cool with if it ends up working out. If it doesn't end up feeling like confusing to traverse and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited to be back into the game. It doesn't look like they're changing any of the core of the game for the most part, which I think is the most important thing, because they could have went and really like modernized
They've added
this
some
game too.
storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're adding
Well,
storylines,
yeah.
and the one big change for me, which I'm excited for, is eavesdropping doesn't like failing that doesn't
Yes.
end the mission,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah, it's
very cool
huge.
change. Yeah.
That was
So
always
all the
frustrating
changes
again.
are like they're removing the frustrations with the game instead of like
Yeah.
changing what the game's identity is, which they could have went like the RPG route of like, oh yeah, now you can kill people and get loot and all. Like they didn't do that, which they could have very easily done, and it would have made a certain player base happy and another certain player base mad or whatever. I like the avenue they're going with this game, and if this is the sort of like the trajectory, if they do more resynced to go in this avenue, I'd be pretty happy.
Oh, I know nothing. Just so we're fully aware, I know absolutely nothing. I almost put my house on it. I don't have a house right now, but if I did, on them remaking the remake rumors, I reckon are true. I generally do, because it makes sense for them to sort of look at every big company right now.
Mhm.
Like, how do you look at Capcom? Capcom is pretty much the best blueprint for this, right? Capcom were almost in big trouble. They obviously bring out a good Resident Evil game, being 7. That sort of kickstarts their trajectory of them doing the remakes. The remakes then come out. They have a little sidestep with Resident Evil 3, but then they keep making new Resident Evil games that go on to be better and better and better.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we see the same thing with Assassin's Creed now, right? Like, the way you fill in the gaps for Assassin's Creed games is to do these remakes. So, again, I don't know how quickly they'll be able to get out another remake after. So, I guess we'll get the remake for Black Flag, then Hex, we assume?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
remake of 1 would be my assumption,
Which-
but who knows?
Yeah, Hex is still scheduled for this year, right?
No,
Or is it, I've then
I
not
didn't
confirmed
know
that.
Hex was supposed to be this year.
I might have just been
no,
pulling
Hex
out
is
my
not
ass.
this year.
No,
No,
that's fair.
Hex is not this year. Hex is not this
Yeah,
year.
I wouldn't
Hex
imagine
just
that.
lost from the rumors. The rumors are Hex just lost 50 developers.
Okay,
Yeah, and they
yeah, fair,
reworked
team,
right.
stuff
so-
for the story,
Yeah.
like the way that game's working. Like apparently it was supposed to be way more magic focused, and they're like pulling
Yeah.
that back quite a bit.
That's fair.
Which I'll be interested. That game's gonna be interesting because I was really interested for the different direction they would take
Mhm.
with it. So I wonder how much of that they'll keep in.
I don't think they can.
You don't think they can?
I think if I'm Ubisoft right now, I'm looking at the hype for Black Flag, and then I'm going, okay, we need that to do well, and then we can't change it up too much.
Yeah.
Again, Shadows did well enough. Like, I don't think Shadows did poorly at all. Reviewed well enough. I think player base enjoy it enough. I don't think it's out here like 10 out of 10. It's not beloved like some of the Assassin's Creed games, but well enough. I think then they go, oh, hex, here we go. If they do something too out there, people are just going to go, oh, Ubisoft back to being Ubisoft, blah, 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 blah. It's like, it's not worth the risk, to be honest with you. Like, it's like, so we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm excited. I was just about to say, you're about to see why Skull and Bones existed, just so you're aware. The only reason why Skull and Bones made it through its entire development is for this game. Because I guarantee you the water tech is in Resyncs. I guarantee some of the boat tech is in Resyncs. I guarantee it.
I mean,
guarantee it.
As I'm watching the trailer up now, the full deep dive, it is very much like, here's how Skull and Bones sorted out, building out their boats. Yeah.
It's a little funny because it's a snake eating its own tail of Assassin's Creed Black Flags led to the creation of Skull and Bones, and Skull and Bones finished its creation so that it could work for the resync of Black Flags. It's very funny to look at or think about.
It's that weird thing of like putting money into something, right? And like knowing it's gonna fail, but knowing that you're gonna be okay in the end because you're gonna repurpose all of the hard work of what was done before and go, okay, we know that this isn't gonna be what we want it to be, but it's gonna pay off in the end, we hope. And you can say what you want about Black Flag. Ship combat's actually very fun, and the water, it looks like the best water you've ever seen in any game. Yeah. I'll die on both those hills. Like that for me.
You mean Skull and Bones?
Skull and Bones, yeah. So yeah, I'm interested. This is the most excited I've been for Black Flag. Never played the original. Played the very, very start. So it's like I'm getting my version of Dead Space with this, or like people did with Resident Evil 2 remakes. Like, oh, cool, I get to experience this. So I was gonna go and play Black Flag, and I was like, do you know what? Nah, just wait. Just wait. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like it's gonna be the best version of this game. So yeah.
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. I haven't heard your thoughts, Despawn. What are you thinking?
So I didn't get a chance to catch up with a lot of the full thing, but as you've just said there, I didn't play the original, so I don't have like any real attachment to it, and I only played a little bit of Skull and Bones to see like the concepts that they had going on. If they can bring those concepts into a story that is as loved as what Black Flag is, and from what I've seen of the improvements, like I say, with the removing the desyncs for listening in on people and things like that, make like the combat looks fun on land as well as on sea, and if this is like the restart of like the era of Assassin's Creed, then this is a really good way to do it. Yeah, I'm 100% in for it day one anyway, because I've always loved the Assassin's Creed games. And this would be a really good way to play this game for the first time in full.
Fair enough. All right, let's get into Guess That Game, boys. Crash, I think it's your week.
It is my week. For those of you guys who don't know, Guess That Game is the game show where one of us picks a game. The other people will ask yes or no questions. I will answer. And then at the end of that, they will guess what the game is. They have 130 minutes. They have a minute and 30 seconds.
130 minutes to guess.
I might get it this week.
What are the scores?
I don't want to talk about it.
Scores look like this. Crash, you're currently sitting in first place with 12 points. I'm behind you with 8 points. Despawn, you got 5 points, and Matt has 3 points.
Who?
Yeah. He's been here, actually. You know?
Yes, and he's still at 3 points. He's been here more than me recently, I feel.
Honestly?
He has 3 points.
We haven't done Guess That. We didn't do Guess That Game last week or the week before, to be fair.
Rough for him. Rough for him. All right. I have my game.
Okay.
Let me set up the timer real quick.
What is it?
Oh, my game?
Every week I'll
Assassin's
try.
Creed 3. Just make sure to guess that at the end.
Okay, perfect.
I'll test you on that one.
All right. I'm going to start in 3, 2,
With who?
1. It started.
I'm going. Fine. Xbox exclusive.
No.
Ubisoft game.
No.
You lied to me.
Is it a AAA game?
Yes.
Is it one of the big studios? Like the big five?
I paused it. I don't remember what the big 5 studios are.
EA,
EA, UB, Xbox.
I'm gonna say no. I'm
Okay,
gonna say probably no.
Okay.
Is it an action game?
Yes.
RPG?
Yes.
Okay. Modern setting.
No.
Multiplayer?
No.
Female protagonist.
Nope.
Do you use guns?
No.
Is it Xbox One game?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have played it. Let's just try that out there.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
No,
Yes. No.
yes.
No.
Okay.
No. I'd go more towards no.
Okay.
Jesus. Do you create a character?
No.
Skip. Aaron went.
Oh, God. Do people cosplay this character?
you know, you're guessing a game
I
and
know.
not a character.
I'm not
Yes.
getting an answer. Perfect.
I'm gonna give you each one more question. You guys are out of time.
Okay. What have we got so far?
RPG, not exclusive. Xbox One generation.
Mm-hmm. Male protagonist.
A big AAA studio.
AAA.
He didn't say male protagonist. He said not female protagonist.
That's true. He did say not female.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When did it come to Xbox
that's
One?
about it. Xbox One. That's what I'm saying. We didn't get bro.
I don't know why you guys would stop chasing the developer. I feel like the developer helps so much.
Yeah.
Because this one sucks at this. I start the ball and then he changes the whole direction.
And then
I'm
you
like,
follow him. You
and
follow
you gotta change it back. You gotta change it back.
following the ball.
I can't get back with him.
You can always go back. You can just ask any question. There's no there's. You can ask any question.
You said no guns. You said no guns, right?
No guns.
No guns. All right. So my question: Square Enix.
Yeah, it is Square Enix.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Good question.
Thank you. I have a guess in mind. I can't. Can I look up if this game came out on Xbox One? I've got a game specifically in mind.
No.
Okay, then no. I'm just going to say the game, but we'll see.
Is it a? Joe, screw it. Why not? Does the title start with final?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I have a guess in mind.
Okay. Now I've got to think of Square Enix properties. Oh my god. Square RPG that's not
Exclusive. Final
Fantasy.
Not exclusive. Is it a 3D
Oh,
game? Is it a 2D game?
I don't even. Oh man, I don't even know any other Square games right now in my head. Jesus Christ. All right. Go first, Despawn.
Well, no.
Wait, no. Despawn, you have yours. You're not going first. Fix.
I'm trying to think of a Square Enix project. I can't think.
I'm gonna need
Square RPG. A Square Enix
I'll give you
RPG.
another
No.
15 seconds to think, and then that's it. And you're locking in no guess.
I'm trying to think.
So here's the
Another
thing.
5 seconds.
I'm just gonna have to.
One,
bro.
Just hit me with anything.
Hey, wait. What's that? Octopath Traveler.
Okay. Despawn.
Ooh. Oh. Well, no. So the one I wrote down, and you're wrong in one of your answers because I have played it. If it is this, Kingdom Hearts. You can't see it because it's tiny. But
It is Kingdom Hearts. That's why I said yes, no, probably no. Because the specific game is Kingdom Hearts.
Okay,
2.
no, I played one,
whatever,
and I
which you haven't
and I never
played.
went back to the series.
Yeah.
Want it
And
so
Fix,
bad.
I don't know how you didn't get Kingdom Hearts, I'm gonna be honest.
Bro, I'll be honest with you, I was struggling. I was so caught on it being Final Fantasy for some unknown reason.
It happens,
which
right?
makes absolutely no sense.
You get,
Like, I was just like, it has to be Final Fantasy. So then I asked if it was a final, and then I was in trouble.
yeah,
You thought you had it. You were like, I just need to be sure.
This is what
All I
happens. You
need to
get a
do
game
is
in your
just
head,
say,
and
yeah. And that sucked. All right, well, Despawn gets himself a point, which is fantastic. Do you want any trivia? Any trivia? Any trivia?
Yeah, I'm
any
gonna do
trivia?
a trivia that we've done.
Is the answer
a few
Keyblade?
times. Yeah, I was gonna ask what's the name of the weapon. I should
Donald
have came in
Duck.
with like a really specific thing like that. But no, the Metacritic for the game.
Which one?
You guys can both give a number, and whoever gets closest gets the bonus point.
Which version? There's 20 versions.
Xbox version.
Yeah. Let me just. I'm.
And are we going for the
right now,
the 2.5 or 2.8 version?
2.5 remix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
80.
83.
My first intent was going to be 79, by the way.
Let me see. View all platforms. What did you guys guess? Fix, you were 80.
Mm-hmm. And I was 83.
Despawn, you were 83. Despawn, unfortunately, gets the main point and the bonus point because on the Xbox One, it got 88 points.
88?
Important to note, it's based off 4 critic reviews. Yeah, the PS4 version was 84, which would have Despawn still would have got it, and then the PC version was 81, which you would have got it on that Fix.
So we should have went by PC, guys.
You want to switch it up? Let's go. You want to go PC?
Podcast is my PC and me, guys. Come on, Jesus.
I mean, everything's an Xbox, right? Oh wait, no, that's dead now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we can't say it. We can't.
No, we can't. That's true.
How many points was I on?
You were 8.
I gave myself a point there. Sorry, 1 second. Here we go. Okay, the points look like this. Crash, you're on 12. Despawn, you're now up to 7. I'm on 8, and Matt is on 3. That's how quickly things can change around here. Let's do Fix a Sack. Remember, you can email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up in the Discord or in the comments below. Leave us your comments on the YouTube video if you haven't already. First question comes in from Top Lift 91 and says, has Asher Sharma done enough things right so far to make you guys feel like Xbox's future is in the right hands and to get you guys excited about Xbox as a whole again? And will Helix now be a day one cop for you guys? The other question here was, has Matt renewed his Ultimate sub? Now the price has dropped. We'll ask him for you next week. We'll go to you, Despawn, first. Are you excited about Xbox as a whole now?
I'm going to go with my go-to phrase: cautiously optimistic. I'm not excited.
So
no.
Northern.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm not. No, excited isn't the word I'd use because I've been excited in the past and then they've put a foot square in their mouth. So, but right now they are making all the right moves. I think I'll be more excited as we start getting past the death of E3 season. When we start seeing like what they've got to announce on their slate, what games are coming, when we get some release dates, and we finally start seeing the end of decisions that have been made in the past and the start of new decisions and how that affects Xbox going forwards. That's when I'll start getting excited if there's a reason to. But right now I'm just like, yeah, I think they're making the right decisions going forward so far. They're saying the right things. They're being as transparent as they need to be to try and get people back on their sides. And I think for the most part, it's working. I mean, it's working for me. So yeah.
Crash?
Yeah. I think I'm a bit on the same page as Despawn. I think
cautiously optimistic,
as optimistic as I could get about Xbox. I do think Ash has been doing a lot of things that are right. But I think some of it, like the even some of the stuff that I don't care about, like the achievement stuff, I don't know how much you can credit Asha with that, because I think Jez had come out and said that it was in preview programs beforehand. So it's like how much of the stuff that is happening right now was in the books before Asha came through, and Asha was just like, yeah, this stuff can get still go through and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I agree. It's post E3 season when we start seeing some of these games coming out and the state they come out and where they come out and sort of the messaging then. And then also like a year from now as well. I think a year from now, which is kind of a hard ask, it's pretty far away, but I think that's when you'll fully see like where this Xbox is heading and where, you know, there was talks about like revenue being down overall for Xbox and stuff like that. So it's like, does this start shifting the revenue? Because if these changes that they're making starts shifting the revenue and Xbox starts going up, you can expect more changes like this, which I think better for Xbox. But if they don't, what happens then? So there's still a lot of questions to be asked, but more hopeful than I was before, but I wouldn't say excited personally.
I'm fully excited. I'm in, baby. I'm back. They said 2 words, all I need to hear in that memo last week, which was or maybe more than 2 words, but you know, thinking about exclusives. That's all I needed.
Off rip. Way off rip.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Well, I was just going to say exclusives, but that's only 1 word. So then I started flustering. So whatever. Anyway, no, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited again. I'm happy to be back in the ecosystem. I'm happy to have an Xbox podcast. Again, I'm happy for them to be there to try to win my dollars again. That's the most important thing for me. A brand like Xbox in this position, making the right changes can only be a good thing for the short term. And then, like Crash said, long term, we'll see. How long are they willing to see the red line go downwards?
Yeah.
That's the question, because, you know, short term, yeah, cool, but we're making changes. So, like, short term, they're like, all right, again, the line's not red like they're losing money. They're still making money.
Just about to make
I know they're making money. They're just not making enough money for what they want. Yeah, how long are they willing to sit on that? And like Chris said, the most important thing in all of this, the games. When Forza drops, is Forza going to be good? We assume it is, and if it is, fantastic. Then we have Fable. Then we have Gears. Then we have Halo. This year should be a humongous year for Xbox. You know, like there's no reason why this can't be one of the biggest years for Xbox in a long, long time. So yeah, I am excited. We'll see if the games deliver, and that's the most important thing. Will I now buy a Helix Day 1? I still don't know the answer to that. I am in the market for a hybrid console. I will say that. My ROG isn't powerful enough to put it on my big TV and want to just use that like a handheld console at this moment in time. My PC is too much of a pain in the butt to use on a TV. So if they get the price right and they get, you know, the system works in a way that makes me happy and means I can use it as a hybrid machine and all this, yeah, I'm fully in Day 1 if it's right. But again, I don't need this. You know, that's the one thing I will say. It's the first time in a long time when it comes to an Xbox machine where I'm like, I don't need you. I have a PC. I have a PlayStation. I have a Switch. Right now, those are the things that get used. You got to give me a reason to need the Helix, and they haven't done that yet. And nor should they have. They haven't even announced us. We haven't seen it. We don't know anything yet. But next week, maybe I'll be a foot closer to wanting to buy it just by hearing how they're working on things with developers.
You will.
Who knows? Oh yeah, I will buy it, or
you'll be closer. I think you'll buy it. I think you'll buy it as well.
So do I. But that's not the point, right? That's not the point. Look, that's not the point. That's not the point. We'll see. Next question comes from Origin Cookie Man. We did ask everybody there. Yeah, cool. Orange Cookie Man, who says, Xbox recently added reward bonuses to the week of your birthday, considering that according to the online podcast directories, the MXAM podcast launched 19th of October 2015. Is that the date, the birthday's podcast? If it is, will MXAM be offering similar reward bonuses during birthday week? No, our birthday is November 1st. November 1st, 2015. That is the day that My Xbox and Me episode 1 went out with myself and Ross Miller.
There you go.
So, you got the birthday wrong. I don't know why it says that.
Is that when you set
that
it
technically
up?
is
You set it up before?
that would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah. But November 1st is technically the day the first ever episode of My Xbox and Me podcast went out. And the title was My Xbox and Me, episode 1. And so it begins. Video podcast. Oh, yeah. And if you see the quality of camera that we were using, oh my God. What? We've come a long way, boys. We've come a long way. Let's just say that. We have come a long way. But yeah, we will be offering you any rewards. Hell no.
I mean, isn't listening to us every week a reward enough?
Vic said he's going to do a 24-hour stream with Matt P videos.
He did say that.
And Matt's going to be there for the whole thing. So I need you guys to go and bug Matt about the 24-hour stream.
Yeah, everyone tweet Matt saying that we said on the podcast that we're doing a 24-hour stream for our, I guess that would be our 11th year, or was this the 10th year? We didn't even announce 10. No, it's been 10 years, so 2015. Yeah, wait. Yeah,
it's been
our
10.
11th.
It'll be the 11th.
Oh, we didn't even celebrate.
We could have done something.
Didn't even celebrate. Oh, I love us.
Well,
I love us. We were here, man. We were here. Yeah. We don't miss a week, so don't really matter.
24-hour stream technically happened around then, so technically you can view the 24-hour stream as that.
Exactly. What we will do is we'll celebrate year 11. We probably won't. GTA might
24-hour stream. Right? I mean, no.
Well, maybe. Just have to plan it better. Again, a 24-hour stream's not that bad. You just have to plan it better. Like, that's all we had to do was plan it better.
So not do straight after work on a Friday, no? Okay.
Well, anyway. Next question. We are Xbox as a mission statement feels like a reconnection to the core values and with core fandom. The line from the memo that stood out to me most was, the model that got us here won't be the model that takes us forward. Which model for content would you recommend for the new era? Good games.
Clash of Clans.
What?
Clash of Clans.
What?
Just Clash of Clans
Clash
games.
of
Clash of Clans?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anything against the TikTok brain, right?
I mean, the model, I can't talk on the model. I'm too old. I generally feel like I've gotten to that point now where, like, I'm not up. I realize now, as I used to look back at my mum and dad and older people, right? Like, oh, why are they so stuck in their ways? I don't think I'm stuck in my ways in, like, I'm willing to always change my mind on things. I'm willing to always be learned and things like that, right? But you can see where there are certain things in life where you're like, I won't budge on this. That's where I'm at now as a 33, almost 34-year-old man when it comes to gaming, you know? So I'm not me personally, I can't answer that question. Maybe the youngster on the podcast can, Crash.
Who Fresh Crash?
I love how you try to make it seem like I'm that much younger than you.
I know, yeah, but you're the youngster on the podcast, you know? I'm young. Spawn's fucking ancient.
Fucking,
I'm
no,
you're dad. Bro, you're dad. So
I can't go on a harsh breeze because I'll blow away. I'm just dust. Yeah. This isn't a grey t-shirt. This is just what my skin looks like. I'm doing this topless right now. This is a tattoo.
Model.
What is the model?
I don't know the answer to this, to be honest with you. I think that, like, reality is, I don't think any specific model that's existed that you could point to is probably what Xbox needs. I think Xbox needs to experiment and find out what works for them, which seems like Ash is willing to do. How long Microsoft at large is willing to allow that experimentation to go on is a big question. But I do think, like, she's talked about the flexibility of Game Pass and stuff like that, and I think there's a lot of stuff there that is probably going to be relevant to whatever the model ends up being. But I think similar to you, Fix, of, like, not even that I'm stuck and won't budge, of, like, my mind just goes to, like, models that I know already exist, of, like, way stuff has happened, but that clearly I don't think would work for Xbox.
Not at all. I don't think that. By the way, the only company that still works for is Nintendo, and that's because they've protected their brand so well and always has done since the start of Nintendo.
Yep.
Like, they are because even PlayStation are not in that same model anymore. Like, we're seeing the fewer single player games come out from PlayStation every year. So it's not like that model is flawless and working and you can sort of go, that's the blueprint anymore, because it's not.
talk about PlayStation for a second. Did you see Shuhei Yoshida come out with the statement that he was pushed out of Sony for
Yeah.
wanting to keep first parties the way they were? That was such a heartbreaking. Heartbreak might be a little bit of an over exaggeration, but
No, I get
so
it.
disappointing. Of oh wow, Jim Ryan really fucked shit up. Like really fucked.
He
shit
screwed the
up.
pooch. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To jump in and answer the question, I kind of think that the old model might work for them in so much of the case of like the old Xbox model that they currently got, which is the versatility that they work with. So in so much of like they can make a AAA game, they can also make an indie-sized game like Kiln. They can make a gamut of business decisions that help them provide a load of different types of games in a Game Pass. Whether that be from first party or third party studios. I think leaning into that versatility is going to be their strong suit. Letting their studios make smaller games, let their studios, if they want to make a big single player game, let them do that. Leaning back on, they've got some of the best creators in the industry. When you look at who they've got as studios, they've got Blizzard, they've got Bethesda, they've got In Exile, they've got id Software. You know, they've got some of the biggest, like, the tentpoles for what makes a genre-defining game. Lean into that and let them do that. I think they can ride that high if they give them the time and space to do it properly.
Perfect. Let's move on, because I ain't got a better answer for you. This one comes from Eldozo. It says, Asher seems to have made a great start in her first 2 months of the job. This week specifically, they mentioned exclusives and how they may look to handle them going forward. So for the panel, do you want exclusives to come back, and what benefit do they bring overall to you? In your opinion, how should the approach to exclusivity be handled, i.e. all games exclusive, some games multi-platform, etc.? I'll start. I mean, do I want the exclusives back? Yes. What benefits do I think they bring? The same one I've been saying for many years, which is it gives you a reason to want to be in said ecosystem. The reason I play my Switch is because I play Pokemon and they're exclusives. The reason I play my PlayStation is for Soros and my PlayStation exclusives. When I think about my Xbox currently, I have no reason other than I'm already in the ecosystem to want to continue to be in the ecosystem. Do I want exclusives to come back? Yes, but I don't think in the same way people may think that I want them. I think they need to go back to the... I don't hate seeing the long list of games that have sold on PlayStation. I don't hate that anymore. I do think they need to come up with a system in which where it works, where it's a time thing. I still want to get time. I guess it would be timed exclusives at this point, right? To me, it seems weird that Fable's going to launch day and day on PlayStation as it is with Xbox. Considering I've put so much money into the brand, I feel like there should be some loyalty there, which there isn't at this moment in time. I want to be rewarded for being in the ecosystem. And I think that's all they need to get back to for me. Now, how that all works, I don't really know, but time will tell. If they release the next... Grounded should be multi-platform. It's a multiplayer game. I want to be able to play it with everybody. I don't think that is a problem. To me, Blade should be exclusive until it's not exclusive. But I think they need to come up with games will be exclusive for a window of time in which they've decided, and then we can all get on board with it and move on. Whether that is 6 months, whether that's a year, whether that's a year and 6 months, whatever. But they need to figure that part out for me. But yes, I would love to see some window of exclusivity brought back in to Xbox so that we as a fan base can enjoy our games again. Well, the way that PlayStation are going to enjoy Saros right now, which again, the conversation about that right now was a bit weird. I'm not seeing much online actually about it as much as I thought I would, but that could be algorithms and things of that nature.
Question. You had mentioned multiplayer games not exclusive. What about a game like Gears of War or Halo, which are very...
To me, not exclusive.
Not exclusive?
No, sorry. To me, exclusive. Sorry, no. To me, exclusive until they have their year or 6 months and then they come out. I understand that it will hurt the game in the long term, in the short term, but that's just where I'm at with it.
Okay.
At this moment in time. Again, and I think that's where like our conversation at the start, right? Really, I want them to release a multiplayer and a single player. The single player stays exclusive, the multiplayer goes everywhere, but that just isn't going to work. Like it isn't. We know for a fact it doesn't work because look at Halo Infinite. It didn't work. And Halo Infinite was a good game. It didn't work.
Yeah.
You know, there's a test case there with their biggest IP, with their franchise IP, with their biggest mascot. It didn't work. You know?
Yeah.
That being said, you know, the multiplayer weren't great, but
even though it didn't work though, there's like it's easy to say that it didn't work because of that when you have other stuff you can look at to the general reception of the game. Halo fans being unhappy with the game because it didn't launch with 4. There's the problem with both Gears of War and Halo is that those fans are very fickle with what the games need to come with, and if you do not release with all that and the kitchen sink, people don't even want to touch it, you know? So it does create problems with the more hardcore fans for those games.
Yeah, I don't think Halo's issue was the fact that multiplayer was free. I think it was the fact that split screen wasn't there, Forge wasn't there. Like there was a lot of things that just weren't there that caused issues on arrival. For me to answer this question, I think I would lean into the kind of PlayStation mindset a little bit of like, if a game is primarily a single player game that has a multiplayer aspect, keep it exclusive. If it's a multiplayer game with a single player aspect, make that multi-platform. I would say like looking at, or just if it's a multiplayer game, make it multi-platform. I don't know if there's a good example of a game that is primarily multiplayer that also has a single player component. I guess Halo would be the example of that. Like, I think the multiplayer is bigger to a lot of people than the single player is. And same with like Call of Duty as well is a good example.
I think with Halo, it's very like Halo's the reason that Halo gets all the flack for not having certain features is because there are a lot of fans who are fans of a specific feature or fans who are fans of everything. So I do think Halo is like a really interesting case on that point on which side you'd put it on. Is it multiplayer ever, single player ever? I think depending on who you ask, depends on the answer you get for that question.
Yeah, but no, I think if your game is a single player game, it should be exclusive. If your game lives and dies by its multiplayer, I think it should be multi-platform.
Timed exclusive or just exclusive period?
I think timed, but it needs to be similar to, again, leaning into the play. Like it needs to be a year. I think if we are going to roll this back and make Xbox as a place you have to play, I think it can't just be like 6 months when, you know, like everyone can forget it came out and come back to it in 6 months later. Like a year, like if you are seeing people talk about a game within like for a year, like I'm not saying it would have been or ever could be, but imagine if Expedition 33 was a exclusive game to the Xbox ecosystem and everyone was talking about it for a year. Now imagine that happens to Fable. Imagine Fable is the next thing that hits like Expedition 33 and everyone is talking about it and the only place you can play it is in the Xbox ecosystem. That's a reason to buy into that ecosystem. And if they want to release that a year later on other platforms, fair enough. But if you've got a year of people talking about it, it's like saying this is a game a year contender. Like people will pick up Xbox. Oh, sorry.
On the Xbox ecosystem front, does that mean that as far as PC is concerned, you want it to be Xbox, Windows, like Xbox?
PC's fine. Yeah,
PC's fine. I look at Xbox and PC as hand in hand. Microsoft is PC, Xbox is Xbox.
You can't have their ally without it being on PC.
Look at
it. Sure. Yeah. No, I'm not saying it not released on PC. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Steam.
Okay.
The Steam release, because if you talk about Xbox ecosystem and it releases on Steam, you're not in the Xbox ecosystem at that point.
I don't care. It can go on Steam. For me, I don't care.
Yeah. But again,
it's hard because I don't look at Steam as in Steam. I look at Steam as PC.
I know.
I'm not one of these people are like. No, I agree.
That's not how Xbox looks at it. I'm sure, like, we're having this conversation on games coming to PlayStation. I'm sure Asha at some point has had a conversation on Steam releases for these games as well. It might have not been as big of a conversation. It might not be a relevant conversation. Yeah.
They got the numbers. They know what percentages they're making on it. They know what's worthy and what's not. I think you have to be on Steam because that's where PC players want to be.
I agree. I think
and any ones that you do get from Xbox's ecosystem point of view, which again, as long as when Helix comes out and we get the news, they've still got a lot of work to do on their store and things of that nature, you know? Like, once they start figuring that stuff out, you know, it could be totally different. We just don't know.
Yeah.
Again, it's not going to take over Steam, but you just don't know where things can go. Has it not already?
Yeah, it probably has.
Just
for the Game Pass users, it's probably taken over.
Probably just because people who generally... You're either playing Fortnite, which you can do on the Xbox. You can't do it on the Xbox app, right? That's only the console version where you don't need to log in.
I think it takes you to... Does it not take you to Epic?
Possibly.
Might be wrong.
I do know that on the console version, you don't need to sign into Epic anymore, and I didn't know if you download Fortnite on the Xbox app, if it works that way as well.
Not sure.
I'll find out.
Whatever. People mostly use Epic for the free games, and then half the time they don't even play the free game and just have Epic Launcher installed for it.
That's me. That's what I do. Download all the free games and then don't play them.
You can install
maybe
Fortnite.
one day I will.
Whenever we decide to play Fortnite again, I'll reinstall it.
Well, you can do that through the Xbox Store because it's on the Xbox.
You can
Store.
just launch it.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So interesting. Good episode, boys. Let's plug. Get ourselves out of here. Despawn, we got to plug this week, mate.
Same thing I always plug. Working elsewhere. Games Radar. Go check out my RPG video that I did last week. I want more views. Make me look good at work. I also, if anyone's got an idea of, let us know in the comments of this video and that video as well. What do you want me to touch on next? Because they've given me the green light to do it, so I'm gonna.
No, don't do that because you won't make videos here. Don't do that. All right, don't do that. Like you won't do it here. So
I will.
Don't do it. All right.
This I'll do in work time. It's fine.
Liar. Don't do it. Do it over on their video. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Do it over on their video. Support them. Crash, what are you plugging this week?
Podcast reviews.
Don't do it, Crash.
Why?
We have a podcast review over here.
What?
Do we?
Yeah, and I'm insulted by this podcast review.
Oh, I'm in. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
It's 5 stars. I'll say that.
Okay.
And the actual content of the review is not bad, but the title just it insults me. It angers me. It's Matt asked nicely with an exclamation mark.
He did.
All the weeks I've come and asked for podcast reviews, it takes Matt to ask you nicely. I am Buddy Ginger, who's the person who left the review. I am insulted. Okay. Long-time lurker, first hearing Fixer on IGN several years ago. First-time commenter, and hate that I have not done this sooner. Great podcast, great crew. Love the energy every week, and love the honest takes with business and consumer perspectives. Keep up the great work.
Oh.
Thank you. That review came in 5 days ago. I'm not going to ask you guys for reviews. I'm just going to bug Matt to ask you guys because apparently you guys need Matt to ask you nicely.
Do you know what I like about that the most is like, you know, first, like, it's a lurker out there and he likes Matt more than you. So that's all that matters.
Wait, guys.
Matt more than me.
I just got a text. Matt says, pretty please, could you leave some podcast reviews? That was from Matt, not me. From Matt.
He did ask.
Yeah.
Not from. Yeah, that's from Matt. Definitely. So I just got a phone call from Asha. She just said, "Can you please leave some podcast reviews on the podcast? Thank you." She said if we get to 4.9, and we're at 4.8 right now, maybe she'll come on. Maybe that's what she said. That's what she told me. Some people call that fake news, not me. I'd say kicking them down the stairs and grab my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as. What am I plugging? Boot Sales. I've got a new YouTube channel. MC Fixer Finds. Go and check it out. I'm doing boot sale content. If you don't know what that is because you're American and you're like, what the hell is a boot sale? It would be
it's like
what
a
do you
flea
guys
market.
call it? Yeah, exactly. It would be a flea market type of thing, garage sales, sort of thing like that. If you want to go see a POV of me buying and things I buy a bunch of video game stuff. I almost bought some fake Pokemon cards last week. Almost. The guy almost got me, but he didn't. Sometimes you see me having arguments with people because they come running up to me when I buy games. Did you see that on this week's episode, anyone? No?
The fake Pokemon cards.
No, I with that, but then I had a guy. So as I bought a Nintendo DS and a bunch of games. As I'm walking away, some guy walks up to me, he's like, "Yo, can I look at you?" I'm like, "Go away, bro." He does it to me every week. Every week, the guy does it to me. Every single week.
And he wants.
The other day, I bought. What did I buy the other day? A PlayStation 3 boxed. He's like, "Oh, can I have a look at it?" Go away. Like, I'm from the ends. Go away, bro. I will start fighting you. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm not about it. I'm not about it. But yeah, go check that channel out. It's only got 63 subs. I'm pushing to get to 100. So if you have a YouTube channel, a YouTube account, I should say, MC Fixer Finds, go check it out. Lots of content going to be on there soon. Please, please, please. I'd appreciate it. My voice is going. Until next time, I love you. Leave you. See you later. Goodbye.